If you're so smart, why are you still doing things that are destroying you? This question isn't posed in judgment, but as an invitation to a profound revelation. Many of us, armed with intellect and insight, find ourselves ensnared in cycles that contradict our deepest intentions. This isn't a productivity hack, it's a quiet psychological and spiritual intervention. Today, we're about to uncover why intelligence, that prized human faculty, doesn't inherently protect you from the insidious grip of dopamine addiction, the stubborn persistence of bad habits, or even the slow burn of self-destruction. We'll explore the roots of this paradox, touching on procrastination motivation and the path to genuine spiritual healing. One of the most pervasive misconceptions is the illusion of intelligence as an impenetrable shield. Smart people often believe they're immune. Their ability to analyze and strategize can, paradoxically, make them more vulnerable. Why? Because the smarter you are, the more articulate and convincing your justifications become for actions you know are detrimental. Your mind becomes a brilliant lawyer for your cravings, masterfully rationalizing one more episode, one more unhealthy choice, one more avoided responsibility. It convinces you these self-sabotaging behaviors are necessary or under control, while your well-being quietly erodes. To grasp this, consider the three selves. First, the mind, your intellect, your awareness. It knows better. It sets goals, desires change, and understands consequences. It's the part asking, "Why am I doing this?" Second, the body, a creature of habit, an archive of past experiences, operating on autopilot, patterned by repetition and often trauma. Addiction takes root here as an ingrained physiological response seeking familiar states, even if painful. The body isn't logical, it's experiential. Third, the soul, your deepest authentic core. It seeks peace, meaning, wholeness, and alignment between your actions and true self. It's the quiet whisper of your potential. The real conflict isn't stupidity. Addiction and self-sabotage are symptoms of profound misalignment between these selves. The body, driven by its conditioning, repeats familiar patterns, the dopamine surge, the temporary escape, even if destructive. This is where cognitive traps like present bias and hyperbolic discounting play a crucial role, making immediate, fleeting gratification far more compelling than distant, substantial rewards. Your intellect might grasp this, but the body's primal conditioning often wins. The mind, instead of intervening, frequently gets co-opted, constructing elaborate defenses for the body's choices. Meanwhile, the soul suffers silently, experiencing the dissonance, the unfulfillment, the drift from its purpose. This internal schism leaves intelligent people wondering, if I know I should stop being lazy or break these bad habits, why can't I? The answer isn't more knowledge, but a deeper insight into this internal battle and the realization that intelligence alone won't bridge this divide. Why do these destructive patterns persist, even when your mind is acutely aware of the damage? A critical understanding is that addiction, in its myriad forms, from substance abuse to chronic procrastination, is largely subconscious. This isn't primarily a willpower problem, it's more accurately a nervous system problem, a deeply embedded programming issue. Your nervous system has learned to associate certain behaviors with relief or escape, however transient and ultimately harmful. Logical awareness, the kind that helps you understand all the rational reasons how to stop procrastinating, rarely possesses the power to single-handedly alter these embodied behaviors. You can possess all the theoretical knowledge, yet still find yourself defaulting to the old script because the body's programming operates beneath conscious, intellectual control. Let's examine the dopamine loop. Dopamine isn't just a pleasure chemical, it's a motivation chemical driving seeking behavior. Activities like endless social media scrolling, consuming processed junk food, or falling into unproductive digital rabbit holes trigger dopamine release. This creates a powerful feedback loop: anticipation, reward, reinforcement, and then increased craving. Modern wisdom often touts discipline as the cure. Just exert more self-control. But discipline alone often feels insufficient against years of ingrained neurochemical conditioning. Discipline struggles to override bad programming that has shaped your neural pathways. Your brain has been trained to relentlessly seek these quick, artificial highs, creating a dependency that your intellect alone cannot easily dismantle. These bad habits become automated, driven by an unconscious pursuit of the next dopamine spike, making you feel out of control despite your intelligence. This leads to a crucial realization. Your body is, in a sense, lying to you. In its quest for immediate equilibrium and aversion to the discomfort of change, the body frames existing comforts and familiar patterns as rewards, even if these patterns are self-destructive. The temporary relief of procrastination, for example, is prioritized over long-term satisfaction. This is where cognitive biases like hyperbolic discounting, our tendency to prefer smaller, sooner rewards over larger, later ones, and present bias, prioritizing the present moment at the expense of the future, exert powerful influence. Your intellect might grasp the long-term benefits of change, but the body's immediate craving, amplified by these biases, frequently wins the internal tug-of-war. The necessary emotional shift is from, "I just need to try harder," to the more empowering understanding, "I need to rewire who I am at an embodied level, beyond just intellectual assent." The path towards breaking these cycles of self-destruction begins with a fundamental acknowledgement. This is not primarily a logical problem. You cannot simply think your way out of deeply ingrained patterns. If intellect alone were the solution, the smartest among us would be immune, yet brilliant minds struggle daily with addiction and chronic procrastination. The constant internal debate, the self-recrimination, the attempts to out-strategize the addiction, these are often futile because they engage the wrong part of your system. Spiritual healing, in this context, refers to a deeper process of reconnecting with your authentic self and core values. This healing truly begins when you stop fighting the addiction or bad habit like an intellectual debate and start treating it as what it often is: a manifestation of underlying trauma or profound internal misalignment. It's about compassionately addressing the wounded parts that seek solace in destructive ways. A powerful step is to consciously reinvent your internal identity. Your body acts out your prevailing self-image. If you see yourself as undisciplined, your behaviors will align, unconsciously seeking experiences that confirm this negative belief. Therefore, changing behavior sustainably requires changing how you see yourself. This begins small. Build micro-habits reflecting the future you. If you want to be healthy, start with one extra glass of water or a 5-minute walk. These consistent actions send new signals to your nervous system, gradually rewriting the old script and building evidence for an empowered identity. This is vital for addressing issues like how to stop procrastinating. It shifts focus from managing behavior to transforming the self. Within this framework, we introduce the idea of a dopamine detox. Modern wisdom sometimes frames this as harsh punishment, but a constructive approach views it as recalibration. It's not about punishing yourself. It's about resetting your brain's reward system, making it sensitive again to natural, healthy sources of motivation. When your brain is constantly flooded with intense, artificial highs from hyperpalatable foods or endless digital novelty, it loses its ability to appreciate life's subtle joys. A quiet walk, a meaningful conversation, task completion. A dopamine detox, undertaken mindfully, helps clear the noise, reduce cravings, and restore balanced neurochemistry. It's about gently guiding your system back to where genuine fulfillment, not fleeting pleasure, becomes the guiding force. How do we move from understanding this complex interplay to actual, lasting change? The way out involves practical shifts addressing the body, mind, and soul in concert, fostering genuine procrastination motivation and spiritual healing. First is embodied awareness. Accept, I can't change what I haven't reprogrammed at a bodily level. Intellect grasps the need for change, but without altering bodily conditioning, old patterns persist. Engage tools connecting you with your physical sensations and nervous system. Breathwork is powerful for regulating your physiological state, calming the fight-or-flight response driving addictive behaviors. Mindfulness meditation helps observe thoughts and urges without immediate action, creating space between stimulus and response. Somatic tools help release stored trauma, fueling self-destructive cycles. The goal? Interrupt the loop in the body, not just argue with it in your mind. This isn't about forcing, it's about aligning. Second is identity reinvention. Shift from self-blame to self-understanding. The internal mantra changes from "I am lazy" to the more accurate "I am not lazy, I am misaligned." This reframing is crucial. Shame is a poor motivator. Focus on reshaping your self-image through consistent small wins. Each healthy choice, each positive micro-habit, each resisted urge casts a vote for your new identity. Celebrate these victories. This replaces shame with sovereignty. You become the architect of your responses, not a victim of impulses, helping you truly stop being lazy by building self-belief. Third, and transformative, is purpose over pleasure. The mantra, contribution replaces craving. A core reason for dopamine-driven loops is a lack of deeper fulfillment. Orienting your life around a purpose larger than immediate gratification changes everything. Engaging in service, contributing to something meaningful, or helping others isn't just noble, it's neurochemical healing. These acts stimulate reward pathways associated with oxytocin and serotonin, fostering sustainable well-being and connection, unlike transient dopamine spikes. This rewires your motivational system. Purpose provides a compelling alternative to the empty chase of fleeting pleasures, paving the way for lasting change and genuine spiritual healing. It gives you a profound reason to overcome inertia. Ultimately, knowing better doesn't save you. Intelligence can articulate the problem, but it alone cannot rewrite the body's programs or soothe the soul's needs. Seeing clearly, understanding this dynamic, this offers a path. You're not broken, you're programmed. And the empowering truth is, now you can reprogram. If this resonated, consider sharing it. Not for clout, but because someone else's body is also lying to them. Maybe by sharing, you begin to heal and help others too. If you know better, why do you still do it? Perhaps now you have a clearer path to embodying change.